Hello and what is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and we are back in Spin Tires taking a look at another mod. Now, the other night, just got a chance to catch up with Spun and Brute, which I haven't done in a long time. I actually recorded a ton of multiplayer with them, but unfortunately, the entire file got either corrupted or something happened to it, so I'm actually going to re-record another multiplayer video with them as soon as possible because I really want to actually show you guys multiplayer videos with them again because you guys have been asking for it for so long, and I've been wanting to do these videos for you, but I haven't been able to, and now I'm finally able to again. And so we're going to be recording a ton of stuff with Spun and Brute because it's really important to me that I actually give you guys what you guys are asking for. So this is Spun's work in progress Chevy ZR2. And what we're going to be doing with this thing is we're going to be testing it out on this modded map, actually. This is Pineville, and we're going to be sticking the spare tire in the bed. We're going to be sticking the... what? Okay, never mind. We need the rack first, the rock sliders, and the supplies. Fully kitted out. This thing looks really nice. It's a nice, like, kind of overlanding rig. And as you can see there on the light covers, it says SID, or Spun in Darkness. It's kind of a cool little touch with his logo. So we'll go ahead and get this thing filled up with fuel, and then we'll be out of here. So let's see. Go ahead, and we are good to go. Now, this map has a lot of different trails, but the cool thing about it is that it's kind of structured like an off-road park, so you can pretty much go wherever you want, and it's very open. There's no off-limits areas on this map, which is nice considering the fact that a lot of Spin Tires maps have areas that look like you can wheel on them, but they either include a really steep hill or like a cliff or something that pretty much effectively blocks you off from being able to use that area. And this map really doesn't on pretty much any of their areas. It's really nice. Now, no, actually, let's not go that way. Let's turn left. Let's turn left because I think this way is a lot more inviting than heading out there into the wilderness of nothing. Heading out into the nothingness is not... not a big... Oh, God. Wow, that's steep. There's so many trails on this map that I haven't explored yet. I mean, this map, like I said, is... Oh, God. It's a very much of a off-road park slash, like, Jeep trail kind of map. And I like those maps a lot. I mean, I like the maps that are focused on, you know, deliveries and stuff like that, too. But maps like this really help showcase the different strengths of Spin Tires. And effectively you get a game that's about more than just, you know, delivering lumber or making runs through the mud. I mean, once it starts to get into trails, that's when it really gets interesting. And I think that once it gets interesting like that, dude, there's no going back. I mean, there really is no going back from that. That is what this game was made for. And I mean, it feels like it. It really does feel like it. And the thing is, as you look at this truck, you're like, man, that looks like a pretty good mod. But to Spun, this is a work in progress. To Spun, this is something that, you know, that still has work to be done. Stuff still needs to be changed and fixed. And the fact that I'm able to show you guys these work in progress mods again is so cool because these mods aren't out anywhere yet. So I'm able to start to give you guys these behind the scenes looks at these mods again. And oh man, it just feels so good to be able to show you guys these mods. I mean, it really kind of makes me feel like I'm finally able to give you guys the Spin Tires content that has been kind of missing for a while. I mean, I've been giving you guys Spin Tires content, but it hasn't been, you know, super exclusive. It's just been mods that are out kind of all over the place, whereas now the stuff you're seeing is pretty exclusive. I mean, there are only a handful of other players that have actually gotten to test this thing out, which is kind of cool when you consider, you know, the fact that these mods generally take a long time to make. And I mean, anything good is gonna take time. And I mean, these mods, these trucks, they really do end up taking a lot of time, but they're worth it in the end because holy crap, I mean, you really come out with a great truck at the end of the day. And just kind of, you know, working your way through these trails, seeing that spare tire in the back makes me really wish I had one in the back of my Dodge, considering what happened when when I broke it, but because one of the wheels got messed up, tire popped off the wheel, and I mean, yeah, you know, they were very large wheels, and I think that the thing is, you know, when we do any further off-road adventures with that thing, you know, obviously it's going to be light off-roading, but at the same time, I'm going to need to run smaller wheels, and, you know, smaller wheels with large tires are definitely going to work well. I'm not going to need bead locks or anything. I don't plan to go that hardcore with the truck, but definitely something smaller and definitely something where I can have more sidewall, because sidewall is important. At least in off-roading it is. When you're, you know, when you're just driving around on the street, sure, you can have a low profile or whatever you want, but, and it's so different to have to think about things that way, you know, in kind of an off-road kind of environment, you know, off-road / truck environment, where, you know, sidewall is very, you know, sidewall is a prominent thing. It's important, whereas, you know, coming over from high-performance cars and stuff like that, I mean, sure, you need a little bit of sidewall, but, I mean, you're running much lower profile tires, and so I'm not really used to having to worry about the size of my sidewall being a thing. But hey, it just like it's different stuff. It comes down to different kind of setups, and you know, it's just how that kind of thing works. But and this thing is actually, I will say, not too bad in the mud. It's actually not. It's not bad. It's not, you know, it's not a bogger, but it isn't, you know, it isn't terrible either. And I like a well-rounded truck, and this thing really is a well-rounded truck. Spun did a really, really good job of bringing this thing to kind of all of the different forefronts of crawling. It can crawl, it can climb, it can mud, it can really do whatever you want it to do or whatever you need it to do. And that's kind of nice to have a truck that's a real nice multi-purpose scout vehicle. I mean, this, if you're just wanting a dedicated scout vehicle, this thing is a monster for it. I mean, you even have, when you go into the advanced mode, you can carry fuel, a total of 800 repair points. I mean, so you can have fuel, you can have repair points. You can really, if you wanted to, you could use this as a scout truck, or what I personally would use it for is a rescue truck. If you were using it in a scenario, I would have this be the rescue truck, because it's got enough power to pull people out. It's got enough ground clearance to get into pretty much any area it needs to, and it's also got enough repair points and the capacity to carry fuel that while it may not be able to repair something completely or maybe fill the tank of a massive truck completely, it can actually save, it can save you a lot of time, and it can get somebody out, and it can get them to the nearest fuel station or garage if need be. And really, that's what a rescue truck is for. It doesn't need to be the ultimate repair vehicle or the ultimate fuel carrier, but what a rescue truck does need to be is it does need to be able to get someone out of that situation and actually get them back, give them what they need to get them back to where they can get themselves fixed up. And this thing, yeah, it really does prove itself on that kind of mindset almost as a rescue vehicle. And you can keep wandering around this map as much as you want. I mean, you're gonna find, look how big the map is. I mean, we're over here. We started over here. We went, let's see, we went up this way, went around, and came back across the river. Went back through here in here. But the thing is, I mean, there's stuff down here, there's stuff up here, there's stuff over here. You can go wherever you want on a map like this, and, I mean, by the time you explore this map fully, you'll run into so many different types of terrain that it's going to be, I mean, it's just so many different areas that it's a pretty sweet mod map, and I highly suggest you try it out. But if you guys enjoyed this video and this mod preview, then don't forget to click that like button. Tell me in the comment section down below what you guys thought of it. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to smack that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one. Talk to you guys later, and I hope you guys enjoyed.